It's a little bit of both. Um, like I said, I enjoy what I do with the Days Gone stuff, with the Days Gone content. I, obviously, I don't get paid for it. I don't. I just do it out of pure fun and passion.
One day, maybe we
So
will get some type of payment from what you do.
so when I like I do, yes, I do play other games. Some I don't think people realize that. Uh, but no, I feel a different type of passion when I'm taking photos for Days Gone because I know the characters, I know the story, I know the world so well that it's more meaningful to me when I take them of Days Gone. And so, like when I take pictures of other games, yes, I enjoy the photography form, I really do, and I like taking the pictures that really captivate me in games like Last of Us Part Two and Ghost of Tsushima. Um, but it's more I'm not enticed to jump into the photo mode as much there as I am in Days Gone. Um, Strangely enough, my Ghost of Tsushima pictures were actually my most popular ever on Twitter, which is always weird when it's not Days Gone. uh, but because Sucker Punch retweeted it. But yeah, it's more like I said. I don't want to become a brand. I'm a person just sharing my love and passion for Days Gone, and that's all I want. And um, yeah, I don't know, man. Just Days Gone is just it feels different when I capture it. I feel more connected to it than the other games, and I enjoy the other games, and I enjoy being in those worlds. But I always go back to Days Gone. It's the one game that just never gets out of my rotation. No matter Last of Us Part Two comes out, I'll play it. I'll finish the story. I'm right back into Days Gone.
I know the feeling. I finished The Last of Us Part Two and started God of War. I played half of the game. I finished Ghost of Tsushima. I started God of War once again. So I know the feeling. It's really amazing when a game speaks to you in that way. That connection that you can establish to one game. That it's like I like to say it's like a cheeseburger. So you can try all those burgers and you like all those burgers, but everyone loves that cheeseburger, that simple cheeseburger.
Yeah,
And once you find your cheeseburger, it's it's impossible to stop eating cheeseburgers.
that's a good analogy.
You talked a few times already about the devs. So you're I know from personal experience that it feels really awesome when a dev follows you or even likes your content, but I don't think I know any virtual photographer that is as connected with the brand as you are with Band and Days Gone. How does that feel?
Oh man, this has been one hell of a ride, man. Um, when I started this Days Gone thing, like I said, when I shared my first screenshots, I didn't expect anything to come from that. I didn't expect to keep sharing screenshots. I didn't expect to start a blog. I didn't expect any of this. So everything that happens, everything they do for me, it's always just I'm just thankful because I don't know. It's just always a great opportunity to interview people from Bend, to interview actors, which I had the luxury of doing for Days Gone week. It's like I said, it's been a ride, man, and I just didn't. When I booted up Days Gone, it's not what I expected. I expected just another game to share a couple screenshots, maybe finish the game, awesome, move on. Um, but Bend Studio is a big catalyst in this Days Gone journey. If it wasn't for them, the blog probably wouldn't exist. I mean, it would exist, but because I would still personally do it, but it wouldn't have the attention it's gotten. VP Days Gone, uh, they're always so supportive from the very beginning till now. Working with Days Gone Week, how they helped me there. Anytime I ask for an interview, they're always so willing and like. And my first interview was Jeff Ross, the game director of Days Gone, and So I was emailing back and forth the community manager there, and so I'm like, this is a shot in the dark. This ain't gonna happen. I've got at that time I had like 150 followers, maybe. I don't know. Like I just started the blog. The blog was nothing at that point, just a couple short stories that I wrote. Uh, the URL was still all funky. It was like the broken road home wordpress blog. It had all kinds of names in it. So, and then when he got back to me, he's like, "Yeah, Jeff." He said, "Yeah." He said he'll definitely do it. So I sent him my questions, and from there, man, it just kind of kept rolling, and it just wasn't stopping. And I'm like, I just every time they come on, I just thank them.
Yeah, I believe that. Uh, sorry, now I heard some feedback there. Sorry. I
Oh,
believe I think it's because my headphones was so close
oh
to the
right,
mic, so
yeah.
don't worry. Probably my fault as always. Uh, uh, I believe that band is one of those studios and the whole team that really connects with the fans. I remember back when the game hadn't released yet. I saw one of the trailers and retweeted the trailer from their page and asked if the game was going to have a photo mode, and Jeff actually liked the retweet and was like, okay, this maybe there's something over here. And back
Right.
then I had like 200 followers, so I took a screenshot of the like, and oh, this means something. And he commented, no, I just like every single tweet about Days Gone.
That
Yeah, so yeah.
sounds like me.
Yeah, but it's that connection, that connection that he has. Like some directors and some devs will see your comment and not interact, so you don't get your hopes up. But he does that. He jokes around with fans. I saw a whole threads of band studios actually commenting and liking, and I really respect when a developer, not just a person in the team, but the whole team, he is like that. And Jeff actually doesn't only comment on Days Gone posts. He posts a lot about movies, about other stuff, and that makes us see the human side behind the
Right.
games that we like. So at this moment, you are pretty sure, and if you aren't, I am, that you are going to have an Easter egg in the sequel, right? At least one character named Kevin or something connected to you. You know that.
That would be awesome.
If the sequel or and I believe a sequel it's on the way, ever gets announced, I promise you that I will start a thread asking for you to be in the game, because no one and I've seen some threads in their Twitter, in Ben's Twitter, and no one gets as much comments as I bought the game because of you, as you and Days Gone. So I believe like 10% of the sales should be because of you.
Yeah, that's always great to see when they comment and they're like, "Hey, I just bought the game because of you. Got any tips? Stuff like that." And I really don't know what to say. I'm like, "That's awesome. Like, that's great. I love when people get Days Gone because I love it so much. So when I see other people enjoying it, it makes me happy. So when they say that, I'm like, okay, well, that's what I'm here for, guys. that's that's what I'm here for."
Something that I probably should have asked in the beginning, but never mind. Why Days Gone? Why? What is it about Days Gone that speaks to you so much?
So there's a lot about Days Gone. There's the personal connection, like I was saying before, with bonding with my son during that time of having a newborn and being able to play. Um, it was also a time where my dog got diagnosed with cancer, and passed away during this time too. So when you get to the Jack, the puppy and the boozer scene, that whole sequence there really got to me at that point because I knew my dog Sadie, she was the one I rescued from an animal control place because she was about to be euthanized. And it was like the same thing. She ran out of that cage and just jumped all over me and started licking me. So every time I see that Booster Jack scene, it just gets to me. So it's the personal connection of the dog. It's the personal connection of what I was experiencing at that time while I was playing Days Gone. And it's the personal connection of Deacon and Sarah's relationship and how it mirrors my relationship with my wife. How it's kind of like, so my wife is kind of like the Sarah. She's the smart, intelligent one, and me, I'm just kind of like that brooding, like, hey, I'm here, man. and, and the things that happen in the story and how it relates to me with how he gives up the MC and goes nomad for her. Kind of a situation with me. There was a point where I kind of gave up certain things in my life for her, and she told me, no, you didn't have to do that. But I wanted to because, like, once I met my wife, that was it. So, like, then I started putting my mind in Deacon's shoes of, okay, what would happen if a situation happened like this, and I have to go search this world finding my wife and type of things I'm feeling. Who would I turn into? And certain moments in the story, like if you get to the part where you're riding south over the Tealson Pass when it's all snowy.
Oh,
That
moment
that
is.
moment is my favorite moment in video games because of the song Hell or High Water, because of just the peacefulness of how the hope of thinking she's alive. So, and then, like I said, it's connecting me back to my wife of like, yes, she's there. I started like almost morphing into Deacon at that moment. I'm like, you know what, we're gonna go find her, and we're gonna get her back, and we're gonna ride away and live happily ever after.
I know. Like, Days Gone is the game that I want to replay the most, but I never find the time to because the game is really, really big and really, really. When I replay games, I usually go for the platinum run again. So a game that I got the platinum, I replay again and try to do everything that I did the first time to get the platinum, to get the best shots, to get shots of the some places that are like secondary places, and just to really immerse myself in that world again. But Days Gone, I played Days Gone like for an entire month, and I know when I boot the game again, it's going to take that long again, or even more now that I take more photos from each game. So I have to
Yeah,
clear my schedule to replay the game, and that's one of the
right.
moments you touched two of the moments that really got to me: the puppy scene and the riding south. Another great scene is the flood, the one where they flood the, I believe it's Reapers, the RIP guys.
Yeah.
Yeah, that scene, you see the struggle between doing that or not doing it. It's I
Hmm.
really like that scene also. And when they found out that the leader of the cult is actually someone that they met and they were really bad to him, it's
Yeah.
the whole sequence. I really like that game. I need to replay it. Damn.